The best thing about being clean and off drugs is, especially when you're a parent, it gives you the ability to be one. One thing that's been incredibly overwhelming for me to experience is the fact that you realize just how much you've missed, all the special, important parts of life that you've missed, saying goodnight to your kids when they go to bed, saying good morning when they wake up, being there for them at the end of the day, when they've finished school, even on the weekends. If one of them falls over and hurts himself, you're there to comfort them. These are all things that I missed out on. I mean, as someone who was using a lot of drugs, and I would always tend to generally use away from the home. It wasn't uncommon for me to be living in a car around the corner from home, doing drugs for days, while my family were living in the house just around the corner. The best thing about being clean for me that I've found recently is appreciating just what a special honour it is to be a father, to appreciate just how lucky I am to be a father. I can honestly say that becoming a father was very, very difficult for me. And what I can tell you is that my drug use increased. And this was a very difficult thing for me to deal with because, of course, as some of you with children may know, is that when you have children, it's always a nice opportunity to reflect about, who you've been and who you'd like to be in the future. And generally, most people put down a lot of their bad habits. I'm sure that there's plenty of people out there who can identify with the news of having a child and not long after ensuring that they, perhaps stop smoking or, don't drink. I did a post the other day about the most common cause of disability in our country is induced by mothers drinking alcohol whilst they're pregnant, which is really devastating. And especially for the mothers who might feel some kind of guilt and shame about that. It'd be also difficult because the thing with shame, it generally compounds, it gets worse, which is not good. But really, what my problem was is that I always, having a child, okay, I'm going to stop, after this child is born, I can't do it anymore. I've got to stop. And instead of that being true, you actually start to use more because the stress, the pressure, I found it really difficult not to be the center of attention for my partner. I realized just how needy I was as a partner and as a person. I was incredibly needy. And, every time we had a baby, obviously I would get less attention. And, this is something I struggled with. And I didn't really know I struggled with it because, again, I would just always use drugs at the first sign of discomfort or struggle. But really, you can imagine having, 2 other kids or 3 other kids, and every time that you have a child, you think that you're going to be able to stop, or that's going to be enough of a reason to stop. And obviously, it's just typical addict speak. When I get to this point, or when I have this child, or but really, one thing I really can admit that I did struggle with was parenthood, was becoming a dad, was becoming the not the most important person in a relationship. Obviously, a baby is. But really, I just want to share that and let you know. Just it's a beautiful thing to be free from the need of using drugs. it's really like, I mean, it's just beautiful. Just say, oh, what do I need? I mean, I need some food. I need to exercise. I need to work. I mean, it's just so nice to have all of these other options and not be obsessed with wanting to use. And that's really what I love. I just love the fact that I don't need to use drugs. I don't want to use them. I'm able to appreciate just how special it is to be a parent and a father. And it's just a wonderful thing. So I really do sincerely encourage anyone who is choosing drugs over being a parent. You're really cutting yourself so short that you really can't do it. You must appreciate just how good being a parent is and how much of a wonderful responsibility that is. And I neglected it too. So, it's something that I'm saying, really just as encouragement, like, come on, it's not too late. And I can promise you that there is so much more to look forward to than another hit of drugs. It's looking forward to seeing your children progress and develop and realize that you're a big influential part in helping that happen. And we all must be called to our responsibilities. And if you're a parent, you have a responsibility. And I encourage you to pick up the call and take that responsibility on, because it's the most rewarding thing that you'll ever do. I'm certainly realizing that now, and therefore I'm encouraging you to also come to the same realization and be a good parent. There's nothing more rewarding, I don't find.